Okay. Wait a minute. Hey, Johnny. Yeah. Yes, I do. What?
Tell him no.
Well, it depends on who you're talking to. If it's Carrie, no. If it's me, it's okay. Uh, if you can, yeah, if you can just hook into Zoom and stuff, I can let you in. But yeah, okay, all right. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. We didn't broadcast this. Do we? What was on the agenda? You can watch, but you can't participate. I mean, you can't vote. I wouldn't worry about it. Don't worry about it because we've taken off that link. So don't worry about it. We got a quorum. It's all good. No problem. Okay. That's okay. It's all right. It happens in this time of our lives. All right. All right, bud. See ya. See, mute this puppy. Boom, mute. Okay. All right. We are live. You're good. You go ahead and we can start. Let's see.
Bring the order here, so, we just need to get, approval of the minutes. It's everybody got the minutes. Those are fine. I'll second. All in favor? Any old business?
Just updates. Um, I can tell you that right now we're sitting on crickets because it's in session. Uh, haven't heard anything. Right now, we've got everything sitting in somebody's desk for review and approval. So that's kind of where it's stagnated or sitting at right now. And I think a lot of them they're waiting on. To continue that funding.
For the fence and stuff, or is that?
Well, that would be just for wherever we need it. There's the 200,000 we got back under House Bill 1 was stuff we could use for operations or whatever we needed. And so they're going to try and, as KAA is trying to keep that in the budget. So we'll have that money for operational things. That's the only thing we can actually spend on operations and maintenance. The rest of it has to be on projects. Yeah. So I will tell you that KDA has on their website put out 5-year project needs, starting with fiscal year 27-28, and we're on there. I want to say it's 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the next 5-year project list. The T hangar site and pad construction is on there. The airport apron is on there. The perimeter fence is on there. And believe it or not, the access road is on there.
That's great.
So it's not funded. It's not funded. Don't get excited. It ain't funded yet, but it is on there, and that's but that's 2030 on the access road.
Probably did.
But the fact that it's on there alone is a big plus.
Pretty level. Is it? There's the other things, is it a sewer project, the access road?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Those are different years. Because of the it's hard to say what exactly is going on how it's going on that, because again, it's sitting in somebody's desk for consideration. And until it comes out of that consideration, it's kind of there. And what,
Who we need.
well, it'll be the park system. Because the parks owns the ground. It's not KDA's, it's not ours, it's belongs to the state parks. And until they decide how they want to proceed, we've got an alternate. It's not the best, but we do have an alternate. I don't want to go there yet.
Is there any way, for issues that could accelerate the things getting escalated by chance?
Yeah, contact your representative. Honestly, that was the best thing you can do. Contact your representative, contact your senator, and explain and talk to them about this, because the more that they hear about it, the more it's on their mind and the more they're going to look at it and consider it. And I know that Freeland and Carroll are representative and senator for Calvert. But now you have a different representative or different senator. Who you got for your rep? Okay, never mind. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Holloway.
Holloway.
Holloway ours over there.
Okay.
It used to be, Eden.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Holloway.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So, but I mean, contact them and let them know.
I've had people reach out to me when I'm on the board and saying, hey, dear.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
just tell them, call
It's
them.
gonna be $100 before they mess around. Some.
Oh, it's gonna be more than that, but you're right. It's gonna be, the thing that's gonna happen is if you're gonna contact them and let them know, that people, I'm on the board, I want to bring this to your attention. Calls from people about the wildlife, and it's all over the runway. You have to do a fly through or fly by to help run them off the runway so you can land. These are things that they need to hear from us. And if they don't, I mean, it's just, it's out of sight, out of mind. I mean, they're dealing with everything across the state, so.
Flying there regularly, or they're not being events that actually have a wildlife, allowing them to make the pass, but if it's somebody new coming in.
That's what I'm saying.
To deer being there.
Well, that's why.
Look at the guy from your group.
Yeah.
So I will send you all our representative and senators, and I can send you that information on how to contact them. I'll send that to you. That'll be fine.
Governor flies in, state police fly in. I mean, that's good.
It's not that they don't know it, but
doing their annual Eagle. Coming out of the airport.
Got a lot.
By your own house.
There is that right? 'Cause I got one right in front of
He's
me.
got one tallest tree on the west property.
Yeah. Is that right? That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two houses right in the dog's driveway. You said that the driveway.
Oh, I like that house. Yeah.
okay, give you a rundown on our financing right now for the airport. Our income that we've received year to date is actually higher than what we had budgeted for the year. We brought in $111,372.51. We had budgeted $110,000 for the year. Rental income is running a little behind, but fuel sales are up. Our interest was doing real well. And then, of course, we received some small grant. Our expenditures are tracking about where we expected them to be. We had 192,000 for our budget. And right now, we would have, if we were on a flat schedule, we'd have been at 144,000. We're at 127,000. So we're still in good shape there. We've got a couple of them that are over. But for the most part, it's still tracking good. So we just bought 2,500 gallons of Jet and Jet A, and
This got the additive in.
it had additive in it. And then we thought, from what we were told, that that would do the trick. It brought us up to, instead of, we're supposed to have a 0.1, it came up to 0.95.
They can add, Chris. I mean, they can.
That's not what they say. Yeah, I know, but that's what we're told, that they can't. It's got to be injected. I'm gonna come inject it then. I don't know. I don't know. It
They have to do is circulate that pump. And
well, I can tell you what Titan's man says, and he says, no, it can't be done that way.
I think
So anyway, just to let you know, we do have, we're not selling app or Jet A to anything but helicopters anyway, and most of those don't need it. So it's not a big problem at this point. We also got our fuel from our avgas as well. And just to let you know, we brought in 30, it was 2,500 of Jet and we've done very well. We've gotten, we've sold since the first of the year, not completely one quarter, we've sold over $5,100 worth of avgas and over $3,600 of Jet A. So over 1,000 gallons apiece. That's not bad.
that's one.
And we had one major sale of Jet. That was a big sweep. But and then if you'll back up a couple of pages, you'll see these are the Vertower counts. I don't know, I don't think that's an order. Okay, landings and takeoffs. Runway 10, 124, or landings on runway 10, 124, 149 on runway 28, takeoffs on runway 10, 120, takeoffs on 28, 149, touch and goes runway 10, 20, and touch and goes runway 28, 30. Then you'll see individual types of aircraft that were around. We've had 4 business jets. We still get Vulcan shows up every now and then with their big citation, and so so we're still getting a lot of aircraft. They don't buy fuel necessarily, but they do come in. Military helicopters all over the place. We're getting a lot of government. Medevacs are purchasing fuel because we don't have anybody full time. We can't sell to the military because they have to have somebody here full time to actually pump it and then sell write the ticket up and everything. They have to have a ticket for that. So just to let you know, we're actually doing fairly well as far as this early in the year, and as cold as it's been, I'm surprised at how well we have done, honestly. So, I was at KAA or KBT's. I'm on the Kentuckians for Better Transportation's aviation committee. We had a meeting last week. We were up at Lexington, and I had a chance to sit and talk with Brad Schwant, who's the acting commissioner, and then Wayne Simpson, who is he's in charge of engineering, I think, at this right now, as well as Melissa Vasher from Hanson, and then another gentleman from Stantec. And we were able to discuss some issues, and it was actually productive. KAA has a executive director, and he's doing he's staying on top of things pretty well. We've had, he's meeting with the legislators, and then we've got we're assisting that organization with, legislation. So, hopefully we can continue to move on with that. Trying to think if there's anything else. Right now, that's about where we sit. Everything, as Tim said when he came into the meeting at council, I said, "What's going on?" He said, "We got crickets." And that's kind of the way it's sitting right now. We're waiting to see where everything goes, basically out of legislation, and of course everybody's trying to push for legislation. But I will send you all, make a note that we want to send them the legislators' contact, so they can talk to them about issues like on the fencing and stuff like that, so we can get some funding.
I don't know how much pull Comer would have, but
It'd be nice to see if we could get something out of there.
or
Okay.
big boats, so. I don't know if it'll help or not, but Comer packs some weight, so.
No, anything that you can, anybody you can talk to that can help, go with it. I mean, that's, right now, this is, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I know that there's a lot of attacks on zoning. And some other stuff going on that's kind of anti-city. So just be aware of that as well. So,
Head folks flying with the marshal yards for that, all. Therefore.
no,
It's so new, I don't know.
Oh, then you're gonna see that come summer.
Yeah.
When the information that, or
Yeah, once it starts, I mean,
I can't say they didn't. I don't know that. Yeah, I haven't got any documentation of that. It's very likely, but I just haven't heard that.
Race, traffic.
It's increasing traffic, but it's not aviation traffic at this point. As long as Patty's is there. Like when your restaurant opens up full time, it'll probably be picking up some air traffic too. You gonna be open full time then?
Question, I brought out a new thing, you know. I think in that airport, that airport should be for airplanes and not building airplanes. I think people who are building airplanes ought to go some other place to build an airplane. You shouldn't be sitting there, because you're not gonna burn any gas. Maybe. Okay, and you get in there, I don't know, I know one thing, that the guy, I mean, it's ridiculous, you know?
Someone constructing an airplane.
Yeah,
So,
on the,
A long time.
Yeah.
no, this one is a new one, this
no,
one's,
it's gonna be a while. before-
he'll never finish it, he'll kill himself if he does anyway.
Who's the other one?
No, I said it's not gonna, he's not gonna finish it in this 6 months, or, it's not gonna be flying, it'll be.
5 years, if he, and he doesn't, he's not a pilot anyway, and I think, and maybe there's another hangar that's, nobody puts an airplane in, they put stuff in. I mean, I had 2 hangars.
I've got 3 hangars right now that we're fixing to send letters to oust people because they don't have aircraft in them and haven't had them in there for at least 2 months. So I've got 3 hangars I know of that we're going after.
Cause we've got people that wanting the hangars,
Oh, yeah, I've got 2 right now that this one company they've got a A36 Bonanza, they're wanting to go and they fly 4 days a week. So that's why I was gonna ask if we had any hangars. But
I mean, I just
We're
think-
going to, but I've got to get them out first.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really, I mean, like I say, I had 2 hangars, and I said, well, maybe I can keep this, and blah, 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 blah. kind of wish I had, because I wouldn't sold the airplane, but that's irrelevant. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, my wife's happy I sold the airplane, but you know, but I think people, those hangars should have airplanes in them. They shouldn't have
Are
kits
we up to
mounted in
date
there.
on the airplanes that like, that are not in annual, if they're? mean,
I don't have that information.
Well, they're supposed to be flying. These airplanes are supposed to come up if they need to be in annual. If they're in the hangar, ready to, you should be able to go up, and pull the airplane out and be ready to fly today. If it's in the hangar. I mean, it's,
But I can accept that a little bit, you know, but I'm not talking about years and years and years, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and things. But to have an airplane is never gonna get built anyway. And it's sitting there when you got people who've got airplanes, they're gonna buy fuel, and the airport, and the purpose of that airport is to land airplanes. It's not to build airplanes or
we don't
put
make no
your-
money with. Hangar rent, don't make.
No.
put your boat in
It's-
there.
You know, it's.
Yeah, that's not right.
Are the boats, John, you're talking about, are they empty or are they storing non-aircraft?
I got one that's storing non-aircraft stuff in it, and I've got another one that's empty. There's not, the other two have never had, I haven't had a plane in them in the last 2 months. I don't know if I know one guy's got two hangars, and one hangar got an aircraft in it, the other one stays open.
That you my brains.
I'm not saying no names.
They at least
So-
register.
I'd have to go back and look. I think one of them is and one of them isn't. So,
We got a long list.
but I've got to go and look. I also have aircraft that are not in there that fly in here from somewhere else. So you have to understand, this is not only do we have locals, but we also have people who fly here from Florida, who come here from Mississippi, that come here from, Missouri. They fly in here and they've got a place over at Green Turtle Bay. And so they do that as well. And,
And that's
That's
understandable.
understandable.
I mean, it's,
so I try not to do that, but I do check, make sure that there is, if it gets on a regular basis, then I'll look into that. So like I said, I've got 3 right now.
So how many people we want airplanes? I mean, and have airplanes that want a place to put the airplane. We got 3, 4, 5, 10.
I've got a list, but again, I call, and a lot of times it may be the third person down the list that actually will respond back. They'll put their name on it, and then 2 months down the road, they don't take it off, but they've gone somewhere else, but it's not as many as it used to be.
We could fill that there's enough people, don't you think, with airplanes, we could fill up all the hangars with airplanes.
the problem is like Paul Thompson, he's one. He wants to go buy a Mooney, but unless I know I have a hangar, I'm not gonna go spend 200.
See, that's the problem. The people with an aircraft get to go first.
Right.
I mean, cause I had one guy that had that, and he did that. He carried me on for 2 or 3 months, and I finally said, I'm going to move on. If you're not gonna start looking until the hangar's ready, then I've got a hangar sitting there just the same way as the one I vacated,
But you can also give.
I understand that because it's a lot of money and a lot of investment too.
You can also give them a time, say, hey, okay, I've got an empty hangar, you got 3 months to put an airplane in. Say, if you can't find an airplane in 3 months, you ain't looking. Jim knows we can go buy our plane tomorrow.
The cash, we could have it this afternoon. We could have it by 5 o'clock probably.
We can make a phone call, they deliver it.
Shoot, and be happy to, be smiling. They'll take a check for an airplane.
Absolutely.
My biggest problem is the ones that are in this area that
Different.
have hangars that will not move them here, or won't get them to release them from the previous location. And that's my biggest problem, because it cuts back. We've got 17 based here. We also have probably more activity than some that have more aircraft based than we do.
Is it not in our lease, in the leases that airplanes need to be registered here?
That I have to go back and look. I don't know. I have to go back and look.
I mean, it's not a big deal. All you do is call and, hey,
No, well, it's harder than you think. What happens is though, is it nullifies their base at the other one too when I log them in.
Well, yeah, it's going to.
So it doesn't give me credit, but
It don't.
doesn't gives them credit.
It don't matter where you have it registered, plane registered, all it, I mean. It don't have to be registered here, it just has to go through the FAA saying where it's based.
That's exactly right. That's what I'm saying.
You don't, a lot of people think that, okay, well, I've got it registered and everybody registers in Utah, because it's cheaper. It can still be registered in Utah, it just has to be on file that it's based here.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
You know, but I've just got some that they won't follow through with that. So, but I mean, right now, we're still in good shape. We've got 17 that are listed as based out of the 21 or 20.
Well, the way to get around that is you send in, you know what airplanes are based here, you send it in. If they change it, then they can move their airplane. I mean, there's no option. Say, hey, it's either gonna be registered here or you can find you another airport. But we can always find people for the hangars. That ain't a problem.
But I think that's the way.
Well,
should
I have to look at it maybe a little bit less. I've got to keep those occupied and rent rolling because the city's on the hook for that money,
Oh,
not the state, the city. And so I have to keep them full. So if I leave one that doesn't fill up for a month, that's costing us, and it costs us over in our overall. So I've got to keep them busy and I've got to keep them full.
But
So I have
they're
to
there,
look at it a little different
yeah, but
sometimes.
the people got the airplanes, they want the hangars. Am I saying that right?
Well, what I need is more people that need the hangars that have airplanes is what I need.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
That list is getting thin. There may be a lot of people that you know, but they're not listed down here. And that's the concern I have.
Well, I can get them to go ahead and, call.
I need that on a list because if I don't have it on a list, that helps me get money for the other hangar that's may come in. Because right now we're online for another hangar,
Because everybody's moving. out of Paducah.
another 8
Right,
unit T hangar.
yeah.
Everybody's moving out of Paducah.
Wow.
Oh, it's bad in Paducah.
Really?
Yeah.
What's
They
the
had
reasons?
hangar rash and the FBO ain't worth 5 cents down there. Matter of fact, they just give them a letter to, they're evicting them. Atlas is coming in, they're trying to get Atlas in, another FBO. It's been a joke.
Well, do they have a mechanic down there?
No, that's it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Had a 210 land that had a flat tire in the middle of the runway and the FBO there now couldn't even move it. Couldn't move it off the runway. It had to sit there. Had to close the runway down.
Well, you can move,
Oh, Lord.
just start it up and move it.
Are we talking about the private or are we talking about the commercial unit
No,
airport?
no, it was a private. So, but it's been a joke. Like I say, they give them a letter to, they're evicting them, but they're fighting them on it. So,
See, that's the other thing. You can tell someone to leave, but it's a rent just like a house. So if they want to fight you, then you're going into an eviction. So it's the same process for a hangar as it is a house. Almost the same, yeah.
Yeah, but the problem, of course, it'd be wonderful if he had of course, we got John here. He's wonderful, I mean, he's always kind of what you need because he can do it. I mean, the guy's been doing it for 1,000 years, but it's good. It's really nice point to have somebody because, I've landed and then something wrong with the airplane. I'm not going to fly that airplane. I mean, good God, they can take the wings off and drag it someplace else. I ain't flying that mother, get killed, and but that guy, he's great. He comes by and he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it forever.
so what, Dave?
I mean, Dave, I didn't say,
Yeah.
I mean, Dave, yeah, he's wonderful, Thank God for him.
He just had a heart attack. He just come back.
Yeah, that's right. He told me that, yeah.
Yeah.
But he'll be, and that guy down in and Murray is horrible.
Oh, he's
He's horrible. He would, and they'll call him out. But at least they have Dave.
ours is at Midwest now. The alternator put on, so it's.
Cool.
But
Talk about
anyhow, it's. I mean, I know there's a couple of them in hangars that had been moved out of hangar a while.
Yeah, but at least the plane's in the hangar. If you're building an airplane, that's a whole different ballgame, you know, it's,
Well, the problem with building in there, are they using cutting torches in there? Are they, cutting metal? Are they?
Well, from my understanding, if it's the one I'm thinking about, it was my understanding that it was already built, but apparently it's not.
no, it'll be years for that built. That guy never built
Even
that.
spray painting in there, then you get, the overspray all over the hangar and,
Yeah, no, there won't be no painting in there. It better not be.
well, they have to paint all that stuff.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, yeah, from what I understood, this aircraft was built when we rented that hangar. It was not being built. It was built is what I understood.
What's he building? The Dragon in it, Doc? Is it a Dragon he's
I don't know
building?
what it is.
The one, this is not the same one I'm thinking about, because when I was talking, he was building
This one here.
he was building a replica of a, F4. It's a small F4 style.
Is that the one?
Maybe it's a different guy.
Is it the hangar where,
The Lily Big
Doc
one.
Lily Big was?
No, no. that's-
No, not this guy.
That
He's
plane-
got a regular hangar.
That plane will never be built.
No, I don't know. What's,
That
no, Stan
was a-
Hunter sold his airplane, so I don't know.
He's got a new one. He's got another one.
No, to get another one.
Yeah, he's got
I just know
a
what he
Citar.
got, so.
What hangar are we talking about? Do you know?
Which one? Wait, no.
The one you're talking about, the build?
That's, it's the one where there's my hang, okay, there's my plane, okay? There's this one, it's this hanger right here.
The hanger to the left.
Oh, it's to the left of you?
Yeah, to the left of me.
Okay, he's in C.
That's
Okay, I'll have to go
right
back.
You're talking
That's not the
about
one-
hangar.
No, I've never had this. This is a whole building, okay? Whole building, okay? Airplanes here.
That,
This is another building,
that's
okay?
A.
Okay? And it's that right there.
Yeah, that's where Lily Big was.
Yes, where Lily Big,
A8?
It's right on the front side.
where Lily Big was,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, that's what I thought we was talking about.
If that's A1 or A8, I'm not sure which.
I don't even know our number. I just know where our airplane is. I couldn't tell
Okay.
you what number it is. That's sad.
But I mean, the purpose of this airport
I think we're.
is to land airplanes.
We're 3, 4, A1 or 2. I don't know what our.
Yes.
I think you're A3, because that may be A1.
No, okay. I
No,
just
sir,
know 100's on the very end and it's. So that would be A1 on that then,
Yeah, A8 would be behind A1.
correct?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you
Just
just,
not who that is.
these hangars ought to be for airplanes.
Mhm.
Nothing else, and that's, the airport, you got 5 million. Anyway, whatever it is, 4 million, 3
Well, I've got
million.
2 aircraft apparently that need to come out of there then, if that's the case. Because there's one over behind you that hadn't been finished in 10 years too.
Yeah.
That thing was being worked on long before we took over. And it ain't got finished yet, apparently.
Well, that's just that annual, I think.
No, it was still in pieces the last time I looked at it, unless it's done some work since then. Well, you may have seen it and I haven't, so I mean, it's
Yeah,
been like,
I
it's
know
been a
it.
while since
It's
I've
just
seen it,
that-
so maybe it has, I don't know,
Just that-
so.
But on Terry Lampton's boy. Sweet. But he built his own over there. So.
Yeah, that's a different, though, that belongs to them and this
Yeah.
belongs to the state, so.
It's-
I would love for us to be able to bring in, I don't know where, if exactly where to put some of,
Surprised.
through the fence, but I don't know if the state will ever allow that.
Now,
I can't say.
If you build them over there, you get 30 years, you don't pay nothing. But now our hangar in Paducah, we bought that hangar and we paid the city or the airport board, we paid 13,500 a month for property rental.
What?
Go.
Now, which one, which hangar is that?
The old, Western Rivers, where we keep 421s.
Huh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, all those Crowns Corporation, matter of fact, Keith Murphy just got one of the hangars.
Yeah.
But our hangar, you know, we have a lease until 2050. But we pay we pay $13,500 a year for land property, even though we own the hangar.
Yeah, I almost bought that hangar. I'm glad I did.
That's, yeah, well, when you come up for sale, when the doctor sold it, see,
Yeah, oh yeah, Maxwell. Yeah.
Maxwell
That's a
sold
nice-
that.
If you, but you gotta have, you got something other than, the moon being for a while.
But, you know, Clyde Love, or,
Yeah.
you know, Mike Love's got that hangar. So he finally gave his hangar up. You know, he didn't have an airplane forever.
Yeah, it's dead, dad, I guess something like that.
But I mean, like I say, we pay 13,500 a year. Every 3 years, that's the cost of living, it goes up.
Should agree.
Well, you got a couple, 221s, you got 13,000, you don't got deal.
Dr.
Hate to tell you.
Mark Crawford's airplanes in
Is this plane in there?
310.
You wrecked that thing a long time ago, didn't you, something?
Oh, he bought it when he was a kid.
I know, but that thing's still. in
It ain't been moved in 12 years.
One thing we do have left to do. Is we need to elect officers or an officer. I don't know if we've got, the chair and vice chair. And we do need to do that for this year. It's the only thing left on the agenda. Would you entertain retaining your chair if they wanted you there?
Yes.
Okay.
So no.
Yeah, same.
Quick.
Wait, before you start. I would say since Jason is not here, he is the vice chair. And since he can't say no.
Yeah.
So you might retain the slate by acclamation.
There's a lot more order to this than the Lions Club.
And I agree, and I think as we all die off or whatever it is, one of the first things to be considered, that whoever's in this committee ought to have an airplane. That's what I think, you know, or a helicopter. I really believe that. I just think that's, you know, it shouldn't be somebody that's doesn't fly or flies in, you know. So,
Like Paducah.
I don't know about that. Yeah, oh yeah, look at that. Look at the disaster they got themselves into. Oh, but they're in real trouble. I mean, good God, what were they thinking? I
So
mean, they
yeah,
had,
back to the nomination, I still.
Yeah, we still have a nomination to be a second.
oh, a second.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
No,
done.
it's not me, I second it.
All in favor?
All right.
Okay.
Vice,
Huh?
vice chair.
That was it.
That was it?
Yeah, Jason was in that too.
Yeah.
Sanford was in that
Hey, you
too.
don't show up.
I said, well, said yeah.
Yeah, I know he did. He wasn't here to say no, so yeah.
Should be just-
He abstained and then said.
Didn't hear him say no, so.
That's right. We didn't hear him say no. That's right. Jason, and if you're listening.
Well, let me ask you another thing, just tied, I shouldn't say. Yeah, there's something to be said for just not to have a hangar, but just have a, oh, what am I saying? Not a
Like-
tent, but a top.
Yeah,
something.
see, we had talked about that is a fly, like just a cover, like a T.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, California has a lot of them. You know, they don't have T hangers. They just have a cover you pull in and.
Well, you know, people, let's say people like you say
Right.
who have a place here and they say they live, I don't know, wherever they live, you know, and they just want a place to put their airplane, you know.
Instead of
you know,
having a T hanger.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have a T hanger too, but you know, it's something to be thought about, because it's certainly be cheaper. And I'm sure that there would be a demand for that. That's for the future. But what I want to see is more hangars. Real airplanes and not hangars.
I'm ready for you to buy another one.
I just sold one. I need to know what I was thinking that today.
You know, I know
Oh.
Murray, they're knocking out 3 multi-engine ratings every weekend. 3 to 4 check rides every week. even those on those multi ratings. I mean, they're coming from all over the United States coming in.
Yeah, it's hard to figure out, yeah, but
He
that's,
does his weekend, it's $6,000 from Friday to Sunday. It's $7,000 for the check ride for the DP. But
yeah.
I mean, he booked
Oh, yeah,
solid.
cause there's nobody that does it,
No,
nobody does it. And,
but I mean, there's more and more and more people flying. I mean, Terry's covered up, Glisson, retired fireman from Paducah, he bought a Ranger. I mean, they're covered up in students.
Is that right? That's another thing too. If we could find somebody who's an instructor, again, they're impossible.
Yeah.
You got Terry, I mean, she's wonderful. I'm sure
She just booked.
yeah, and book more, she wants to. Yeah, I don't think there's nobody in Purdue now, is there?
No,
Yeah. So if we could,
I wish the flight school would come in to, I mean, I think there's enough in one, you know, if they had a hangar and run a flight school, you know, out of here would be excellent,
yeah,
you know, but this. Now Terry's boy bought 2 of those little Rangers, so there's 3 of those Rangers here in town, that the little 2-seater,
well, I don't remember.
I mean, they're loaded, glass cockpit in them, they come from Washington.
Yeah.
But,
But this is almost impossible to get an instructor.
well, they're, Harry just got his instrument, so he's going for his, one of the boys in the club, so he got his. But now he stays busy out of Princeton.
Oh, yeah,
He's got those little tomahawks.
yeah, there's more tomahawks in Princeton than anybody in the United States.
Can I move, not the company, sorry, can I move to adjourn?
Yeah, sure. Second.
Okay. All in favor?
All
All right, time is 4:51.
Yeah, the